It is time now for the Peter Channel 2016 Year in Review with Peter J. Wiggins. Good evening, everybody. It's 9 o'clock here on this December 31st, 2016. We have 3 hours left to go in the new year 2016 here in Northern on the Eastern Time Zone. I am Peter Wiggins here. Boy, what a 2016 I had this year. Let's look at the year in review in 2016 here. Okay, the new year began off with my sidekick, Robert Stevens, turning 40 years old on New Year's Day of 2016. And it was the usual stuff, covering the North Lancers sport event. The North Lancers boys basketball struggled a lot in 2015 and 16 under Mark Libator. A year after they made the SAP sectional final in 2014 and 2015, in which Coach Lib lost lots and lots of seniors in the 2014-2015 season. And the girls' basketball team struggled, but despite the records, both the boys and girls' basketball team played with a lot of pride and showed heart in the purple and white uniforms into 2015-16 seasons. And the Norton Lancers hockey team, under a new coach, Eric Russell, fresh off from a playoff appearance last year in 2014-15, also struggled, but they finished in 7th place, but they did very, very well despite the record. For the Norton Lancers and the Norton Lancers ice hockey team, Norton Lancers indoor track had another good season under Kent Taylor and Richard Stalters and Christine Bradley, with the boys indoor track team winning it all in the States. Meanwhile, it was covered in the usual meetings at the Norton Town Halls in 2016. And it was Wednesday, January 6th, that I took a visit to the mall at Chestnut Hill on January 6th to give Frank Pepe's Pizzeria in Napatano a try. And on Thursday, January 7th, 2016, I went to the Gathering Advisory Board meeting at the Chateau. Along with the usual Shabbats on Saturday at Michigan and Jewish Church and Christian Science Church on Sundays. And also the usual covering in the Wheaton sporting events, boys and girls basketball plus swimming. So it was another good season of Wheaton men's and women's basketball. Despite the record, they played very, very well, and the swimming team did very good. And I did the usual day trips in January around the region. And it was on January. And don't forget, the Norton Lancers wrestling team did very, very good this season under Coach Pat Coleman again. Another good season here. Well, it was on January 28, 2016 on a Thursday. The opening of a Norton hockey game on a Thursday, January 20, 2016 between the Norton Lancers and the Durfee Hilltoppers at January 20, 2016. And usually, the hockey winners, they usually provide a CD version of the Star Stained Bingo Banner, but the CD broke down. So yours truly, Peter J. Wiggins, stepped up to the challenge and sung the Star Spangled Banner. And also, February 6th, I also sung another rendition of the Star Spangled Banner at Norton Lancers ice hockey game in Foxborough against New Bedford. Oh, I can add anthem singer to my resume. And this winter 2016 was not as bad as we thought it would compared to last year 2015, in which we had lots and lots and lots of snow. It was not too bad with the snowstorms during 23rd, February 5th, and February 8th. And after the winter comes the spring, in which I attended the Norton Firefighters Comedy Show at the Holiday Inn on March 4th, 2016 at the Holiday Inn, Taunton with a lot of laughs for a good cause in the Norton Fire Department's Local 2678. And I also attended a couple of banquets for Norton Lancers girls basketball banquet at the Chateau on March 2nd, the hockey banquet, and the boys basketball banquet on March 23rd. Hockey banquet was March 17th, and the second was the girls basketball banquet. Was a good time. And on February 20, 2016, it was the first time in the Peter Channel history that I got to cover a sporting event outside of Norton, as me and Robert Stevens get to cover the Mansfield Brockton girls basketball playoff in Mansfield, in which Mansfield Hornets won. And I voted in the Massachusetts special primary. And now comes the spring, in which I get to cover the usual Norton Lancers baseball team, in which they made the playoffs, and they survived a Norwell team in which it came down to the final throw of the plate, in which Norton survived, but they came up heartbreaker in the next game to Medway, while the softball team had another good season, and they defeated Silver Lake before they came up short the former South Shore League rival Edmonton. The Norton Lancers outdoor track team had another great season. And the lacrosse and teams that are not high school for the boys and girls rebuilding. Along with the Wheaton Lions teams, which the baseball and softball team did very good, along with the lacrosse teams. Okay. On March 11th, I get to attend another Caffrey Bailey basketball game at the Norton High School. It was good fun for a good cause. And attended the Norton High School Town Show on the 18th. And I attended the Taste of Taunton. I saw my fellow Tauntonites there at the Taste of Taunton. Met John McCall, Tom Hoy, the mayor of Taunton, and the Chateau, Roberta and Steph Cunmore. They were very good. I intend to come back on the Taste of Taunton next season. Next spring. And I get to attend the St. Patrick's Day luncheon at the non-VFW 8049. And on March 31st, 2016, on a Thursday, I had breakfast for the final time, and I had the last breakfast at the Cricket's Corner restaurant on East Main Street, on 250 East Main Street in Norton, as it closed for the last time after being in business since 1980. And the week that I turned 30 years old. Get it? The week that I turned 30. And party number one was a surprise birthday party at the Downtown Pizza in Norton, and it involved Robert, Dale, Christine, all my Norton friends, plus a couple of friends. From the Lincoln Street Day, Peter and Paul and Marie, Carrie Matthew and Prickett, Lauren Gill was there, the people downtown, Kylie, Ralph, Lavoy, Brian King was there, Mrs. Bonda was there, Mrs. Dunn was there, Kevin Neal was there, and everybody was there, and I had a good time, followed by 2 days later, the actual 30th birthday party at the high school, in which I turned 30. It feels good to be 30. Oh, feels good to be 30. And then I went to the Norton Town election, in which I get to cover what goes on in the Norton Town election. I saw voter after voter cast their votes in the Norton Town election on with the usual ballots and usual spots in the town election on April 26, 2016. And that followed by me going to the rally for the Proposition 2.5 at the Norton Town Common, and people participated and people had a good time on May 14th. But unfortunately, 3 days later, on May 17th, it was rejected. 2021, no votes to 2058, yes votes for the Norton Proposition 2.5 election. I was there too. I was coming and seeing every 10 casted votes. Boy, while many people were upset, crying, disappointed that the election didn't go through, I wasn't disappointed at all, as despite the setback, this is going to be a better Norton after the loss of the town election. So, imagine if 193 more voters would have elect me, then would have been a bit of a, but, moving on from the loss of the override to the May 21st election, which we voted to make we rallied at the Norton Common to make our town better. And before that, I went to the Wheaton commencement with Robert Stevens, and we saw a lot of graduates graduate from Wheaton College, and everybody had a good time, and they got their diplomas after 4 long years. And on May 30, 2016, on a Monday, I went to the Norton Memorial Day Parade, and it went very good. And then on June 3rd, I attended a Norton High School graduate with Robert Stevens, and lots of graduates got their diplomas after 4 years, and that was fun. And also, I attended the Jacob Burgess graduation on June 4th, and then, that's June 5th, Nancy Kelms and me went to the Wheaton's auditorium for the Norton Singers Jekyll and Hyde play. It was a good acted play, despite the goriness, but it was a good play and a good time. And on June 8th, I get to go to the Pawtucket Red Sox game with Louis Long, and the Paw Sox won it, and Steve Hemming was also there also. And then on June 12th, 2016, on a Sunday, I went to the last hurrah at the Trinity Restaurant before it became the home plate in Norton here. And then, when the school year got over, I went to the usual day trips here. And along with the Norton Founders Day picnic in June 18th of 2016, it was awesome. And included a lot of mini golfing and mall visits in the summer. Plus, on July 12th, I went to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and instead of sightseeing, I went to the Hillary Clinton rally that day in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It was a fun experience, but Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. So my summer went with the usual summer day trips. Went to Timmy Brown Cut to the library on July 19th. And I included a new adventure to my day trip itinerary, Salem, Massachusetts. I didn't get to go to Portland, Maine this year, but I'll go to Portland, Maine next year. Next summer. And my friend Robert Stevens and I went to 2 Brockton Rocks games. And on August 13th, me and Robert Stevens went to the Downtown Cafe for Brian King's 40th birthday on August 13th. And it went very well. It was an awesome birthday party. And August 2nd, I visited Newport, Rhode Island. And Labor Day weekend, I attended the Deutsche Bank Championship, and I attended all the rounds. First, second, third, and fourth rounds, plus the practice rounds. Boy, it was a good experience, and I will go back next year under a new name called Dell Technology Championships. Supposed like EMC. And we put the summer aside, and we return to the grind. Return to the grind with the usual covering of North Lancer sporting events. Boys soccer team made the playoffs, but it was different than the magical 2015 year one with the loss of lots of seniors from that 2015 year. But 2016, they still made the playoffs. But it was a heartbreaking loss on Martha's Vineyard and a heartbreaker of a loss on 2016 Northern Lancers boys soccer team to Martha's Vineyard and a heartbreaking loss. But Lions is going to move on to 2017 here as they're going to be rebuilding here. Girls soccer team, oh, it's not a good season at all, but under new coach Julie Summer. But despite that, they did very good. And the cross-country team did very, very well. And the North Lancers football team, ooh, up and down season. But their team had very good pride here as they learned to move on from Justin Allen and also the Wheaton Lions. Sporting teams did a little well. Volleyball team did a little good. And field hockey team did very good. And in the fall, I covered the usual meetings at Norton Town Hall, such as all the meetings at the Town Hall and school committee meetings. Plus, April 29th, I get to attend the Rhode Island Arbor Day meeting at the State House of Providence and went very, very well. So I expanded my reach past Norton. Plus, with the usual trips when I get old articles, I expanded my reach to the Mansfield Library and the Brockton Public Library. Along with the usual day trips, and I went to the home plate in Norton. It tastes very good as this. Got good meals, good lunch, talking sports, all sorts of things. And the volleyball team had a revealing year, but didn't make playoffs. But pretty soon, they're going to get better. Here, keep faith in the North Lancers along the usual day trips. Here, and I took in the fall. And on Saturday, October 29th, me and Robert Sweeters went to the costume party at Halloween costume party at the downtown in Norton West. Went very well. And on Sunday, November October 30th, I marched in a Spirit of Norton at a Norton Halloween parade. And then I made a return to the Boston Public to get some articles from the Brockton Enterprise. And then on November 5th, I went to the Norton Circle of Flags fundraiser at dedication at the VFW on November 5th and was very touching here. And November 8th, I covered Election Day and Donald Trump won over Hillary Clinton. And on Wednesday, November 9th, me and Lou Long went on a Cape Cod adventure. It was ton of fun, ton of photos, lot of videos, you name it. It was a good Cape Cod adventure, Lou Long. We're going to do it again. And spent Thanksgiving up at Dale's place in Billerica with turkey and trimmings and a lot of friends. And along with the usual banquets that are not much as boys soccer banquet on the 21st, 15th, and 15th of girls soccer, and November 30th for the 29th for the football banquet and the and I made 1, January 7th, 2, April 1st, 3rd, June 5th, 4th, June 27th, 5th, August 22nd, and 6th, September 29th. That's when I made 6 visits to my old house, 135 Bay Road in North Massachusetts here. And I intend to make that Bay Road visit with a lunch at the chateau a possible one here, depending on the winter weather here. And more than spring and summer, visit my old stomping grounds, 135 Bay Road. And on November 30th, I went to the new Italy restaurant marketplace at the Prudential Center in Boston and was enormous. You had Lavazza coffees, pastas, all sorts of Italian things to eat. Mamma mia! And I visited the Emerald Square Mall and Silver City Gallery Malls in December during Christmas time, and Santa was there, and the usual. And the Norton Lancers boys and girls basketball team started slowly but surely. They're gonna be competitive come January and February, same as the hockey team here. And the last week of 2016 was phenomenal. The last week, I get to attend the couple of basketball games outside of Norton. One, the Battle of Amber between Ann Arbor Bishop on December 27th, and then on December 30th, 2 games in Ann Arbor. The Ann Arbor versus Brockton girls basketball game with Robert Stevens and a North Ann Arbor Bishop game on December 3rd with Robert Stevens, and also added another role to my Peter channel, Basketball Score Keep It Time. When I watch the basketball games at high schools, I keep score just like Peter Gomez and Mark Fenner of the Sun Chronicle. What will I bring in 2017? So, out with the old, in with the new. Well, this has been a good 2016, and now let's move on to 2017. Happy New Year!